Hi, good day. My name is Titus Udom. Last year, one of my family friends introduced me to TIP Academy, and I must say that that's one of the best decisions that I have taken. So let me share with you 3 key things that I've learned from being a member of the inner circle, as members are called. Number 1 is that the academy is going to build your personal competence. So Wendy and Co, they're going to challenge every aspect of your life, from your personal discipline, your communication, your reading, your finance, your family, your marriage. Because I've discovered that the issue with parenting is not actually with the children, it's actually with the parents. So when parents fix their lives, parenting becomes easy, because at the end, children are going to model after the parents. The second thing I've learned are the various connection tools that Wendy shares every morning. When you understand and use these tools well, you're going to build connection and bonding and strong relationship with your children. I remember one of the activities was writing a love letter to your children, and I did it. My children, they really liked it. They kept the letter, they filed it. So these are some of the things that you will learn so that correction will become easy. Like Wendy would say that correction without connection will result in confrontation. One of the other things, the third thing that I've learned is about the communities. You're going to meet a lot of people. You're going to learn from members of the community. You're going to share. You're going to collaborate. So it's a great family to belong to. I want to challenge you and encourage you to enlist. And I'm sure when you join, you'll also be sharing your own story. Thank you very much. See you soon. God bless you. Bye.
Yes, we are live. Amazing parents, amazing yadas, welcome once again to my intentional parenting journey. If this is your first time joining us here, tuning in here, you're in for something special, I must tell you. Here in this space, we talk about parents who are actually walking this journey with grace, real growth and real transformation, because intentional parenting is more than just a concept. It is a calling. It is you having a calling, having an assignment. And of course, big shout out to Coach Wendy Ologe, and who has been leading us through this movement. Please, the UK summit is happening today, and you don't want to miss out. You don't want to be left out. Please, if you are in UK and environ, if you are in Birmingham, make sure to spread this information, spread the news, because it is going to be a life-changing transformation. All right, we have our guests here joining us, Mr. Christian Ephobi. He's a remarkable yada. He's an architect, and he's the founder of Linwood Construction. And one thing you will quickly notice about him is how he deeply intentional. Every day on my intentional parenting journey, I have always noticed Mr. Efobi join us, tune in here. You always see him commenting on the comment section. He's an intentional yada. And Mr. Christian Ephobi, thank you for joining us today. And if you must know, Mr. Christian Ephobi is a single yada, of course. You heard me right. And it is incredible watching him grow and embrace the kind of wisdom that he will make for himself a phenomenal father, a phenomenal dad. And he's a yada. Do you see that? So parents, sit tight, lean in, and don't forget to share the link, please. Click on the share button, invite your friends, invite every parent around you. Today's conversation might be what they need to hear. Please, let's jump in. Mr. Christian Ephobi, welcome here once again. Please, yadas and my parents who are streaming with, who are tuning in here with me, help me welcome Mr. Christian Ephobi. Welcome, sir. We are honored to have you here. And we would like to start from the beginning. You joined the inner circle as a single man. What inspired that decision? What was your first impression when you came into the yard? What was that first click for you? Over to you, sir. The floor is all yours. Sir, you are muted. We can't hear you. Check. Can you hear me, sir? I think you're muted. We can't hear you. Uh, Thank you so much. So while we wait for our guests, please, if you are here and you just heard when I say share the link and invite everyone, please just don't hold this information, because a lot of time I've seen where people come to this space and they say, it's just for parents alone now. I mean, I don't have to learn how to parent. I don't have to come into a space. It's not in my, I'm not in that season of life yet. It's not what I should prioritize on learning how to parent. After all, I'm not even like a parent. I'm trying to, move on with my life and all that. Today conversation is an important thing for everybody, both yadas, both parents and future parents, because I mean, for one thing, you're going to hear from a man who decided to walk through this journey, who decided to get himself equipped, who decided to not to let the storm of life hit him first before he goes to seek for knowledge. You will hear from a man who has decided, I mean, I am not married, I don't have a child, but I am going to go through this journey. I am going to go all in, and I am going to find a way to actually equip myself with all the knowledge that I have to be able to do this journey. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Are you with us, sir? You're going to okay, he's off again. Please be patient. Our guest will join us shortly. So, and you're going to be hearing this from someone who has actually do not have all the, a lot of time people say, my children are not even up to that age. The daily tools, how am I supposed to go through the daily tools? How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do that? My children is not of that age. I still have a baby, like a toddler. They are not teenagers yet. But now, all your excuses, you have a child and you're still giving excuses of not having a teenager, having a toddler, your children are not up there. Are you sure you are going to this? Is it for me or not for you? You are still contemplating. Today, you're going to hear it from someone who does not even have a child, who does not have children to actually implement those tools. But yes, he decided, I am going to start with myself first. One thing that a lot of parents do not know is, before you are going to parent another, you are first going to parent yourself. You are first going to reparent if there is anything that, I mean, will actually become something that will help you on your journey, on your parenting journey. It is the fact that you're going to discover that, oh, myself, I am not actually. Hello, sir. I think we can. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Of course, we can hear you, sir. Welcome joining us once again. So, sir, I was asking, if you forgot, I was asking that you are going to share with us. We want to know, me and the amazing Yadas and listeners in the building, we want to know, sir, you joined the Inner Circle program as a single man. You don't have children yet, you don't have a wife. What inspired you? What inspired that decision? And what was your first impression when you came into the yard? We want to hear from you. Over to you, sir.
Okay, and good morning, Yadas. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ifesinachi, fashionista. You're looking beautiful this morning. So, I joined Inner
Thank you,
Circle.
sir.
I joined Inner Circle after so much conviction from my friend. He's also a Yada.
Oh,
Now, initially, when I joined Inner Circle, I was thinking maybe just women supporting women. That was my first impression. I said, okay. Before I joined, I actually followed up with the my intentional parenting journey of last year. I think that was
oh wow.
around the. So I followed up from basically from like day one to like day 30. I think it was 30 days last year. Then when people were sharing their testimonies, all these people cannot be maybe lying or exaggerating things. They are different testimonies. I just said, okay, what will happen? I will join, no, but maybe when I get married, then that my friend, that my wonderful friend, kept bugging my life. So every day she sees me, first thing she asks me, "Have you registered?" I say, "Register for what now?" She say, "TIP." See, calm down first. I have school fees to pay. I'm running my PhD, so I have school fees to pay. I've not even paid school fees. They're telling me to pay inner circle. And she made one statement. She told me, you paying for TIP will be more important than paying for your school fees. Then I said, this one, if let's say they send this girl come, which kind talk with that one? Paying for inner circle will be more important than paying for my school fees. Well, I said, okay, I will pay, I will pay. I'll still pushing it. And then every single day when she sees me, that's the first thing she asks me, that is a good money. Have you paid? Have you registered? Then one day I just reluctantly, I just said, oh, I'll just register. Let everybody rest. You are registered now, but you not force me to do the tools or do whatever. I'll just register. Then I think I registered before the my intentional parenting journey started. Then after registering, when I was hearing people's testimony, I say these people, oh, I say all these people, they cannot be liars now. All these people, some people have stayed 1 year, 2 years, 6 years. But I noticed something. When people join TIP, they don't leave. Then it now connected some dots. Okay, if people don't actually leave, then there's something they are getting inside the system that I think I need to get. Then I now made a vow to myself. I said, okay, I'll get into the TIP. I'll register for all the courses. I actually wanted to prove my friend wrong. I wanted to prove her wrong. That was the intention. I'll register for all the courses, even if the course is for lactating mothers, even if even whether whoever the course is for, whether it's for women, whether it's for men, whether it's for boys, I'll register for all these courses so that at the end of the day I can tell her, you see, I took all the courses. At the end of the day, nothing come out. But at the at the um at the welcoming webinar, that is the very first session. After that session, I said, usually she used to tell me something like, coach, there's some things coach will be saying, it will be hitting you. I said, all this thing is just exaggeration. Which one is hitting me? What is hitting me? All these married people. I say, at least I'm not married, maybe it will not hit me. But at the webinar, there's some things coach was saying. So looking as if she was talking to me directly. I said, this thing is serious. So then I joined. I started, well, before I joined, I actually like participated in the last year of last year, which when I got the book, Raising the Girl with Sense, Raising the Boy You Don't Need to Bail Out, and some other books. I think there are 4 books in that last year. And I started reading, the first book I started reading in ASEC was Raising the Girl with Sense. Then that book opened my eyes to so many things. It made me understand that I've actually been in a relationship with people that didn't have sense. It made me understand that that's my favorite book that's my first book, that's my second book, that's my third book. Raising the Girl with Sense. So when you are asking that, when you get to
Sorry. Can you hear me? I think that was and it was obstructing us from listening.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I said when I joined, I started reading the book even before January. I was reading the book, Raising the Girl with Sense. It's the knowledge, the information, or what I was getting from that book made me understand that I thought I was actually dating, because then I was in a relationship. But I now noticed that I was dating the person I was dating, permit me to say, did not actually have sense. So just that I probably said it on a low tone. Maybe the person's on this stream, maybe the person will not hear it. But it opened my eyes to so many things. Then the first thing I did, I terminated that relationship straight up, because I noticed that from the insight I got from that book alone, I noticed that as a young man, if you settle with a lady that doesn't have sense, you will suffer. You will suffer. Like, it's extra work. You suffer. That's just the fact. You suffer. So and I was not ready to suffer. So I said, this relationship will wait first. Because funny enough, I was at the verge of doing something. Let me, like we say, doing something on the person's head, doing something. But I said, let that something wait first. I cannot hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah. So um, let me just stop there for now. Let me stop there for now.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
I
you
was
so
still
much,
going
sir.
to
I was
say,
thinking,
yeah, I think there's
yeah,
something hovering around you, like it's giving background noise. It's not stable. The noise is not stable. It just comes and go off. I don't know if you're going to
I don't know
what is causing the
what
noise.
is
So
causing
you can
the
actually enjoy the session. Like, from the start, everybody in the building can actually see that it's actually going to be more interesting. Can you hear
But
me,
can you
sir?
hear me now? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Yeah,
but
I can hear you, but
there's something
something
in the
in
background.
the background.
All right. Thank you, amazing Yadas. Thank you, everyone who is tuning in here, who has been listening, who is here watching. You're here, you're listening, you're watching. We have Mr. Efobi Christian in the building. And and Mr. Efobi Christian have been able to take us. The intro already is already being, insightful. Everybody in the building is already getting excited to, how the conversation is going to go, because he said something very striking for me. He said, when you get it, yes, somebody actually pushed him to get into the space. But then he said, when you get into TIP, when you get into the inner circle program, there's a knowledge that just hit you. He said when they were telling him something hit you, something he didn't believe it. It wasn't a thing for him until he actually witnessed it. And he said it's something that you actually get into the space and you get a revelation that you don't want to live again. That revelation, when it just hits you, there's just something it does to you that it just keeps you here, that you don't want to even go anywhere again. And it is not every day we actually see someone who choose to prepare for parenthood before stepping into that. That's something very remarkable. It says so much about vision and foresight. I mean, when you have this vision, when you have this foresight, even connecting with people, how you relate with people, how you connect with people, you will be able to discern the people who are for you and the people who are not for you. Most people wait until life throws them into one role before they start learning. But Mr. Efobi, you decided to choose to grow ahead of that season of life before it hits you. And that's really what the inner circle is all about. Preparing you for the storm. So you can lead from peace, not from panic, not from anyhowness, not from kalu. So when you're doing this journey, you're doing it from the place of calm and peace. You're not running up and down. When the storm hits you, you know the next step, you know what to do. Thank you so much, sir. That have been so profound, sir. And I would want you to share with us, Mr. Efobi,
Yes, Mr. Ephobi.
what has changed for
What
you since
has changed for
joining
you
the
since
inner circle
joining the
program.
marketing program?
Are you tuned
Okay,
into another
are you
device?
tuned into another device? Is it better now?
I don't know. My voice
I
is
don't know.
echoing from
My
your
voice
background.
is echoing from your background.
Are you tuned into a two different
Are you
device?
tuned into a two different device?
Okay, I'm just going to continue.
Okay,
So
I'm just going to continue.
um, okay, Mr. Efobi will join us shortly. I'm sure he was going to correct maybe there is two devices or something echoing in the background. While you hang on there, please, I would want you to also remember that today is the UK summit, the almighty UK summit that we've all been waiting for. While we are in this moment, while we are enjoying it here, please remember that if you are in Nigeria and you have a friend in the UK, this is the right time to invite them to be in this room. This is the right time to get them to be in a space where their life is going to be transformed. Their life is going to be changed entirely. While you do that, please remain blessed. And while you're with me, please, Who heard what Mr. Efobi shared with us? He said joining the inner circle gave him the insight to realize that the lane, the path he was taking wasn't for him. That's what you see. That one alone is a serious flex for you in the inner circle program. Yes, a lot of us have gotten married already, but for him, he's single. That was the first thing he was able to discover and said, no, this path I'm taking is not the path I want to be. This is not where I want to be. This is not the path I want to take. But because he did not know, and he was going to continue wallowing in that path because of ignorance, because he did not know. But when he came into the system, when it wasn't something, just that induction alone gives you, it resets the tone for you, it resets everything for you, it resets your ideas to life, to everything, it resets your philosophy of, it resets everything, it gives you a new perspective, it gives you clarity, it gives you this confidence, it gives you this discerning spirit, knowing what it is that would work for you and what it is. You don't even need it. So you don't need a lot of things that you don't need to run to anybody to go and seek for guidance or when you are in the inner circle, you're not running around with trying to fix this or that because you are already getting the knowledge of knowing the next step for you to apply and the next step not to apply, knowing the things that you should stick with and let me tell you, after the induction webinar, and you don't detox, like you don't detox your environment, your friendship circle, your people you relate with and people you do not relate with, then you didn't pick something. Okay, even if you do not pick something on the induction, sir, can you hear me?
Can hear you. Is it better now?
It's perfect now. Thank you, sir.
Perfect now. Thank you, sir. Actually, village people.
Back. Okay. Well, it will not work for them. Sir, I was asking, what changed for you? What changed for you? In your mindset, in your relationship? I know you've shared, little clip and you stopped. What happened to your mindset? What happened to your relationship? Or even your view of parenting, about parenting, everything about life for you. Over to you, sir.
I'll start this way. Can you hear me now? Is it perfect? Can you hear me? Is it perfect? Is it better?
It's better.
It's better, sir. Okay, so I'll start this way. First of all, people ask me why did I join TIP. I thought TIP is for parents, but you're not married. So what exactly are you actually doing in TIP? But most time if you know what is chasing you, you know that you don't have your race and other people's race is actually different. First of all, I came from a broken family, and I became an orphan at age 12. Now, coming from a broken family, there's so many things already wrong. So if you had your life perfect, maybe you have your parents still together till date and at old age, you might not really know maybe what is chasing you or what's not chasing you. So already coming from that, I already know that there's work to be done. So growing up, initially I had a fear of marriage. Let me put it that way, like fear of marriage and commitment, because I always had this picture in my mind. It's possible that after maybe settling down with this person, tomorrow the person can just decide to go, or person can just decide to I might just decide to leave, or we can just separate. So what's the need of this long-term commitment when it might not last? Growing up as a child, I watched my dad push my mom and I out of the house. Like I was still a toddler then. She was still carrying me in her hands. Then okay, this is how it started. So after my mom married my dad, based on this person's sons want to marry this person's daughter, my grandmother and my maternal grandmother and I think my maternal grandfather, something like that. My maternal grandmother and my paternal grandmother, I think they were friends or something. So maybe my daughter will marry your son, all those kind of connection, and my mom being the person she was, which she was, let's say, selfless and not aware, maybe allow other people to just make judgment or make decision for you. I won't blame her because she's late now, so I can't blame the dead. So they went into the marriage. Sooner than later, they had my other brother, which is 7 years older than me. After having my elder brother, they broke up. They went their separate ways. Then my mom carried on with her life. Then I think family came together to try to resolve the whole thing. They came back together and they had me. So after having me, they went their separate way again. So at the end of the day, now watching my mom, then we're still at Sokoto. That was where I was born. We're still at Sokoto. Watching my mom go through all the things she went through. At a point, I was hawking water, zobo, kunu, all those ice water and the rest on the street, in the market, just to support my mom and um, just to support her. Then after my mom pushed, because then my elder brother was in the village with my grandmom, so I was the one with my mom in Sokoto when my dad chased chased us out of the house. So watching my mom going through all those things, it there was there are level of images that it created in my head. I knew that this marriage thing, I didn't know it was trauma. I just knew that this marriage thing, maybe marriage doesn't really make sense last. Maybe this marriage thing, maybe why don't you have a contract marriage where you just come have children and everybody goes their separate way, and, and nobody is breaking anybody's heart, nobody is divorcing anybody, just something like that. So then we're still in Sokoto. Then my mom fell sick. It was during that Sharia war that happened in Sokoto, so we had to leave Sokoto. I think it was arthritis or I think one leg related illness. Yeah. I'm just trying to initially, not up till now, I've tried to forget most of the details about my my childhood. Like I tried unconsciously, I just tried to delete it, like erase it, like it never happened. So having we now have to move to Lagos. So my mom was sick. After after coming to Lagos, I stayed with my aunt, and then my mom had to go to the village to be taken care of with for treatment, herbal treatment, and the rest and whatnot. So I was in Lagos staying with my aunt. Now in my auntie's house, I was I was the youngest. So and my aunt was a typical Nigerian mother which believed in hierarchy. So someone that seniors you. So the person you have to respect your senior. So imagine being in a house where you are the youngest, and I had three cousins then, and my aunt was also, up to now I refer to her as my mom because most people that know me don't even know the part of my childhood. Most people don't even know that she's not actually my mom, my biological mom, but I refer to her as my mom because um as in she was the one that actually raised me. Let me put it that way. So now coming to the house, in the house we have so many, typical African house where you have cousin, you have uncle, have auntie, have family friend, have nest of kin, have every. In short, the house was at a point we were up to like nine in that house, and I was still the youngest. So I have to respect 8 people. I have to go on errand for 8 people. I have to like. So it's wired so many things in my head. At a point, my family might not be hearing this for the first time, and my mom was a bitter. I won't forget that part. It's not just my mom, my cousins, my siblings. I call them my siblings. They're also beaters. I didn't have anybody to beat. Everybody was beating me because I was actually stubborn. I will put it that way. Coming from Sokoto, where I had like zero education and when I came to Lagos for the first time, the only thing I could speak was Hausa and Igbo that my mom spoke with me. English was zero. So now trying to okay, I was supposed to okay. First of all, when I came to Lagos, I had to repeat a class because my education was nothing come out, nothing to write home about. So I had to repeat a class. Went back, started, but I was not still catching up. Then and my aunt wanted to put me in a better school, but I could not even pass the entrance exam to get into that school. That's then it was I think CBN Central Bank of Nigeria Primary CBN primary school. If you are in Lagos, you might know the school. But I could not like get admission into that school because nothing come out based on knowledge or intelligence or book wise. So I was not there. The only thing I just knew was my Hausa, my Igbo, and to how to be destructive. That's what I knew. So, but growing up, I had one particular now being in inner circle made me to like have a flashback and actually know what I was a very inquisitive child. I asked questions all the time. So I was a person that I liked formula, I liked pattern. So even if you send me on errand, okay, go and buy sugar. I say, okay, what if they don't have sugar? What should I buy? What if they don't have this other one? What is the other this person is not open? Should I go here? I need all those structure. 'Cause I don't want to go there two times. But my siblings kept shutting me up that I asked so many questions. But if you give me any direct if you give me if you tell me to do anything and don't tell me how to do it or don't tell me the method or the strategy to use to achieve this thing, I will not deliver. It will be frustrating. So if you tell me, okay, clean the house, okay, clean the house. Do you want me to arrange the books? Do you want me to do this one? Do you want to do this one? But if you just tell me clean the house, I'll be confused. So I thought personally, it looked like this guy, this boy, this Sokoto born boy, this guy. There's something seriously wrong with this boy. So, but I now later found out in TIP that it was actually my learning style. I was not I was more of kinesthetics. You get I just like things. I like things playing out physical. Okay, I like patterns. I like things being defined. I don't like generic instruction or generic errands or whatever. I just like things being structured. Then, but it was chaotic in that house. It was so much. It was I personally I went through a lot too. But my aunt was the best mom I could have wished for. But her method was that beating. Ah, I collect to if it's not I collect. I collect. I no go lie for you. So I collected from Momsi, from my brother. That's my cousin. My in short, everybody was older than me. So I was collecting from. I was being like I was, but and growing up then I was thinking, okay, maybe it was because I was stubborn, but it was because of most time I asked so many questions. I wanted clarity. I asked so many questions. I don't want things being vague or unstructured. I ask so many questions. So most times, there's a way you ask an adult question too much. The adult might see it as being offensive or might react, might even get to hit you or whatever. Then I was also distracted by play. So it got to a point I ran away from the house. Now, if my siblings are hearing this, they wouldn't know this part because it got too much to me. Because anybody, okay, at every point in time, we had one uncle, one auntie living with us, and being where the children were like four, they'll have like two or three uncles, seven plus my aunt, eight. They'll have maybe one of her students because she was a teacher, one of her student, old student living with us, so like nine, and it was a three-bedroom flat. So most time I was not even sleeping on the bed because if you follow the hierarchy, nothing. I won't see space on the bed. So either I'm sleeping on the at the parlor or on the floor. Just but so those period, it was not actually funny for me. Like, but I took it okay, maybe because I'm the last, and if they want to take things based on seniority, um, um, that's where I was supposed to be. Let me put it that way. So at the point, I ran away from the house because it was too much to me. It was too much for me. But the way God may have it, I ran away with my school uniform. So from school one day, I think I was still in primary four, primary five, I think primary four. From school one day, I know going to my house is going to my house now. The route is by the left. I just face right and started going. I just started going. I don't even know where I was going to. I didn't know where I was going, but I just told myself it's just better I just go where nowhere. My mom is in the village, she's sick, and even if anything happened to me, I don't even know if my mom will survive the sickness. And my brother was also in the village. I don't know if he has entered university then, but no, he was in the village too. My other brother, so yeah, my biological brother, so he was in the village too. So me, I just wanted to leave the house, but as God may have it, since I left, I ran away with my school uniform at a particular, I cannot even remember that junction. This one of the security of my school, one of the security men of my school saw me in the school uniform. That stopped me like, where am I going to? I didn't know how to tell him I'm running away. I just told him I'm going home. He said, no, this place is far from, like, you cannot, because the distance I've actually covered then, it was far enough that the guy was so sure that I cannot be coming to school from that place. I cannot be coming to school from that place. I cannot be living around there. And I said, okay. But I didn't know how to tell him I was running away. So I just told him I'm going home. The guy said, okay, I'm going home. The guy now told me, okay, um where's your house? Now with the sense, let's say with the mindset of a child, actually told the guy my address. And I said, this address you mentioned is not this direction now. It's a total different direction. So why are you not looking for it? Then that's how the guy took me home. Took me back home. Then when he got home, he couldn't, because I didn't tell him I was running away. So he just told my parents, my aunt then, that he saw me on the road. I was wandering or something. I missed my way. But me, I knew what I was I knew what I was looking for. Then I came back home. I said, okay, we are back again. We'll continue from where we stopped. Then I was okay, maybe this running away thing will not work. Then I forgot about that. Then, but in the house, then I was struggling with education because I didn't have a good foundation in when back then in Sokoto, so I didn't have a good education foundation. So, but who helped me was my elder sister, my cousin. I call her my elder sister. How she helped me was she noticed that I don't know if it was a learning style, but she noticed that I love to play. Then she now told me, okay, before you go out to play, you read your book. No, she was actually teaching me how to write then. She told, okay, before you go out to play, we have a class, even if it's 30 minutes or 25 minutes. I don't know how I've forgotten the duration. So now I was having that class, having that I was actually having that class with her, but my goal was to go and play. So I know, okay, she will allow me to play after having that class. I'll have class for like 1 hour. I'll go out to play ball for like 2 hours. Or I'll have class for like 30 minutes. I can go out to play for like 1 hour, 2 hours, and that is that for the day. But I didn't know it was a learning style. But I just found out, okay, every day, then after day, then I used to, and then I was not the person now reminding her, are we not having class today? Because I know if you allow me, if you do that class for 30 minutes, I will go outside and go and play ball. So I was not the one reminding her of the class. Let's have class now. Maybe my friends are already outside playing ball. But I'll be the one to bring the book and tell her, let's have the class now so that I can go and play. But with that pattern, I started catching up. Now, my first year, and after when I came to Lagos, I was my academics was bad. But after using that pattern, my sis after she used that pattern on me, allow me to maybe study for like 30 minutes, then can go and play for like 2 hours. I started catching up. The next term, it was as if it was a totally different person because my performance actually improved. Even my teachers were surprised, like, this guy that could not even speak English, that could not even write, I could not even write his name self. Then this guy is now actually doing as in getting better. So if it's nature, I'll just stop here for now because the story long, but let me just stop here for now. Thank you.
you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I don't know, your story is actually mind blowing. I mean, looking at where you're coming from and how you've come into this space and you've decided to do differently with your life. Because I mean, from where you're coming from, you've realized that so much default so much default that was done when you were being raised. It's incredible how much shift our minds can be, evolved. Sometimes transformation is not when it's not always loud. It's in the quiet little things. It shows up quietly. It speaks to you, and then you just thank you for sharing your journey. It's really, I don't know, it's healing. It's really transforming. I mean, hearing your journey and how transformed you've gone so far, it's something everyone is admired. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your journey. Thank you for sharing, being vulnerable to actually, be open to share with us. A lot of people don't get to, I mean, be this vulnerable. But that's because you've healed from that place and you've realized that there is a better way of doing this parenting journey, and then you've decided and you've chosen intentionality. Thank you so much, sir. And if you're just joining us, you're hearing Mr. Efobi share his profound journey through the Inner Circle program. And sir, please, I would want to ask you, you are also a business owner and you're the founder of Link World Construction. How has the Inner Circle impacted your leadership, your business life? What are the lessons? Have the lessons you've gathered from the inner circle? What are the structures, the lessons you've gathered from the inner circle, the structures and the discipline? How has it shaped the way you work and the way you go about your business in your journey? Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Now, first of all, I will say honor as a skill. Now, what that's the favorite. My one of my favorite quotes from in TIP is thanks is a mediocre way of showing appreciation. When I heard that thing for the first time in TIP, I said that was last year I heard it. I said, no, this time I have to practice it. Let me see if this thing works. So now I now decided to now working with my workers or my clients, I now decided to be more appreciative. Like if you do a work well, the way I would show you appreciation, like vocally or maybe in terms of gift or anything, I wanted to see like what the outcome would be like. So I started with my workers. First of all, okay, now when at the end of the day, if you do a very good job, I can come and meet you and say so person, like I can call your name and say thank you for today, like the level of effort you put in to deliver this job, I really appreciate. I don't think I know I'm paying you to do this job, but you the level of detail you put into this job, like I think you are the best in this job. Like, but also know I was also careful on so that it's not too much and not make the person feel like maybe you are irreplaceable or like I cannot do without you. But when you deliver a good job, I appreciate you vocally, like well, detailed, not just thanks. I'm paying you now. Why should I tell you thank you? I know I'm not paying for your job, but I now notice that it makes a worker like drawn to you to start with. Even if that person has on that site that might pay him better, Even if they have on that side that might pay him better, that person can leave that job but come to work for you, come to work on your site because you showing your appreciation. There's sometimes I might just be coming to the site. I might just okay at the end of the year, I called like some of my top workers and I just did gave them a small gift, a token as for Christmas appreciation. But the way they appreciated that little token, the level of appreciation I got from them, I was not expecting it. Like there were about six of them. Just give them small small things. Okay, just do this one, do Christmas. Maybe buy bread for your family. Just thank you for the works. Is the end of the year. Thank you for the work so far. And I now found out that in January, these people, like, you've not even called them. They're already on your site. Say engineer, how far? When we will start work. In short, sometimes you've not even called them, but they're already on site. They started work. These are people that you need to like speak so much English, try to convince, try to it getting them to even come to your site to work usually stressful because one thing about me, I'm a very detailed person when it comes to like construction and design. So I don't do things the way other people do things. At least TIP have taught me structure. So I don't do things anyhow. So even if you tell me okay, you need a quote for a one bedroom bungalow, the way I'll send you how detailed that quote will be. I am so sure that you cannot get that level of detail anywhere around this Benin city that we are. I'm so sure of that. So there's nothing. I'm so sure that you must contract me to do that job. I'm so sure about it. I don't do things anyhow. There's no room for anyhow. Whether it's something as simple as okay, um, design a one bedroom flat or just design or give me quotation for this. The way I will break it down, the way I will so detail about it. There are some of my clients that will tell me, say, Chris, this your level of detail. I know you can do the job. Just tell me how much. Just let's just go straight. I know you, but I don't do things anyhow again because since I joined TIP. So most times, usually the issue you have with workers, if you're a detailed person, most workers do things don't want to do things detail. They just want to do things and leave. You get so, but if they know you're a person of structure and you also honor them in terms of maybe respecting them because basically all my workers are older than me. All my workers, all the sites I've worked on, all the workers I've worked with, except maybe it's the person's son just supporting, but all my main subcontractors they are older than me by default. Now the person I learned, let's say learn, or the person I worked under, an engineer I worked under in Lagos, this man was very good, but the person he had one issue. He was a yeller. He was very good with the job, but he was a yeller. So unknowingly, I actually like learnt that pattern from him, thinking that's the only way you deliver quality job. If you don't yell, they will not hear. Because there's sometimes the guy will be yelling, you'll be asking yourself, is this engineer dey alright? So abi they do am from village. We- So but I now found out after I stopped working with him, I started working on my own. I found out I started replicating the same pattern of yelling. So when I entered TIP and that no yelling challenge, and I told myself, in short, no, it was not even TIP, it was from my intentional parenting journey last year. When I had that no yelling, no yelling, I said, okay, let me try this no yelling. I will not yell throughout this week. No matter what the person does, I won't yell. If you like, the building should collapse on somebody said I will not yell. I will just if I'm very angry, I'll just walk away. I won't yell. Then when I'm calm, I can now come back and discuss that thing. Because I found out that yelling does not get the job done. You end up um you end up um people end up doing the job under pressure and they will not still deliver the result you want. So I then decided for okay, we are going to move from yelling to calm. No more yelling. If I get very angry, I just walk away, leave that environment. Just hope you. That is that. Then connect to correct. Now connect to correct. Now that connect to correct is not actually just for children. It can also work for if you work with especially unskilled or labors that workers that are not educated. It's very difficult. Most times they can behave like children. So they might even be old enough to be your father, but when they behave, you'll be wondering, this person no get sense, I be waiting there. But you have to and I learned okay, one of the way to get to these people is to connect to correct. Now, one of the connecting strategy I use is that I notice that most of them love football. I love football. So most times I start the conversation using football. I can come to side and I say, I know this person is a Man U fan, this person is a Chelsea fan. I can say something like, una don't manage win yesterday now, but una no go carry league. That alone sets a different tone for the conversation. So even if the person is doing a bad job, you can easily correct that person. The person will not feel offended because I might come to site. You are working as a worker. We are discussing football. You are doing the job. I'm supervising you, but we are discussing football. So if I see where you're getting it wrong, I can easily tell you, okay, do it this way, do it this way. You will not feel offended. And another strategy I learned was like if you are talking with children, you allow them to express themselves. Initially, I do my job by giving instruction, dishing out instruction. Like I come to site, I tell you this how I want you to do it this way, nothing more, nothing less. I'm not even interested in hearing your opinion about how you want to do the job. But Seco taught me to use a different strategy. Now allow my workers to talk. I allow you to talk. In short, I allow you to even say how you want to do the job. Because I now using that strategy made it easy for me. Like you now feel you as a worker, you feel in control. You feel like you are actually doing what you want to do, not what someone else told you to do. So I can ask, okay, now this particular let me use a typical example. Okay, now this particular beam, how deep do you want to do it? For example, now the person can tell you, I want to do it maybe 6 inches. I'm using just use a random figure, 6 inches. Me, I want you to do that in 9 inches. I can now ask you, okay, so okay, why do you want to do it 6 inches? You can answer, okay, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I can say, okay, it makes sense, but what if you do it 9 inches? You no reason say it will make more sense or it will carry the load better. So that way, I've actually passed an instruction, but I allowed you to make, I allowed you to be in charge. Do you get? So I didn't actually tell you do it this way. I didn't pass instructions strictly. I communicated with you. So it's those strategies have made work very easy and less stress-free for me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. One thing I've always noticed is with others is that intentionality doesn't stay in one corner of your life. It can multiply everywhere. You can implement it in every angle of your life. The principle is the same. The same principle that makes you a better parent is also the same principle that makes you a better leader. When you start thinking with clarity, that's one thing the inner circle will just give you, that clarity. When you start seeing things clearly, when you start thinking with clarity, and you see yourself, you just start aligning in your purpose. Everything in your life just aligns. Everything you touch begins to grow differently. You start building with vision. You start building with purpose. No pressure, not anyhow, because it's something that you can confidently replicate anywhere. You will apply it in how you communicate, how you do your business, how you go about your leadership. It's something that encompasses, inner circle encompasses a lot of all these things. A lot of time when I hear people say, is it just about parenting? I don't want to learn about parenting because maybe I don't have a child yet. I don't have somebody to to start parenting already. But first, come in for yourself because it's something that you need. Inner circle is that place that will give you the skills that you can never learn from school. School can never give you those skills. These skills Mr. Efobi just shared now, this strategy, these implementations he just explained that have actually skyrocketed his business to a higher length. It's not something school will teach you. Yes, school will teach you the basic ones you need to know, but there are the little things we all ignore, we all overlook that inner circle will definitely give you to restructure your life, to get yourself pushing, to get you aligned with your purpose, and not on pressure, not on anyhowness, not on kalu. Thank you so much for sharing that, sir. That was so amazing. That was so profound. And then, sir, I would want to ask you. You've been part of quite a number of inner circle. We have so much inner circle webinars. And I know you've attended, I don't know, maybe almost a lot of the inner circle because you are a very consistent person. And I mean, it's evident. Everybody have been speaking it on the comment section. You always hear, you always come tuning in on my intentional parenting journey. You're somebody I know that have been consistent. And we know each of this webinar comes with a new revelation. If you had to pick your top 3 webinars that really shifted your mindset or really changed your life, which would it be and why? And let's also add that your top 3 books, if you Coach Wendy have so much books that have actually impacted and have lasting impact on our journey so far. If you were to pick your top 3 books, which of the books would you pick and why would you pick them? Yes, you've already mentioned Connect to Korea and Few, but what are those books and how have they actually shaped and transformed your life? Over to you, sir.
Okay, the first book for me, I keep saying it tomorrow, is Raising the Girl with Sense. I think that should be the number one book for any young man that is ready to settle down. Because like I said earlier, if you marry a girl without sense, you go suffer. Oh. You learn the hard way, you suffer. Oh. This one is no joke. So raising the girl with sense. The knowledge from that book made me, like I said earlier, I just realized that the relationship I was it was not working. It was not it will not help me. Like it's going to be like, let me just use the word, I'll suffer. Let me just use it. So I just had to just end it. So, and when you are in a relationship with someone that doesn't have vision, doesn't have goal, and maybe person actually thinks everybody's against her or him or her, let me put it that way. It's actually a problem. If you have maybe self-esteem issues or you have past trauma, like initially me, I didn't even know I had trauma until I joined the inner circle. So that book, Raising the Girl with Sense, will be my number one book. Then the second book is Why You Act the Way You Do. It was in that book that I learned about different temperaments and basically knew how um who I was, or how why I acted the way I did, or why people actually how they are, not how society expect them to be. Then the third book is Connect to Correct, because I was able to use that book, use what I learned from that book. I was able to imply it in my profession, which is not parenting, which is actually has to do with maybe construction and nothing have to do with parenting. So those will be my top 3 books. Then my top 3 webinar, the top on the list is Honor as a Skill. See, if this honor of 18, honor opens doors that your certificate cannot open. Honor opens doors that your tribe cannot open. Honor opens doors that your money will not open. Now, I'm actually running my PhD. I'm a PhD student in architecture in UNM. Now, that phrase that, like I said earlier, thanks is a mediocre way of showing appreciation that I learned from TIP. I started practicing it. Like for example, now you're in a WhatsApp group and your professor maybe shares a material that will help, maybe your supervisor or whatever, your professor shares a material that will help you, maybe help you in your research or whatever you're doing. And other people are saying, thanks, prof. Thanks, prof. Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. Now, when you now want to show your own appreciation, when you drop your own appreciation, you now find out that the prof responded to only your own. The prof responded to only your own. Other people drop their appreciation. You do not say that you dropped yours first or you dropped your second. You dropped your own in between other people's own. But other people are just saying thanks, sir. Thanks, prof. Thanks. As in, how will you tell a prof, thanks, prof? Is it that you did not go to school? How will you tell, if you tell a prof, thanks, prof, how will you not tell maybe a roadside person? But when you, as an inner circle parent, when you drop your appreciation, if you don't understand, when you drop your appreciation, you find out that your prof or whatever, your lecturer is only responding to yours. You're not the course rep that you say that because you're course rep. But like coach you said, coach will also always say about showing honor to aside people in authority. People in authority want to be honored, and they know when you honor them, they know it, they feel it. People want to be honored. So even if when you honor your children, they feel it. You get, it's not about maybe showing yourself or being too forward. No, honor is honor. Honor is not high service. Honor is honor. So now, when other people are making suggestion, you also make suggestion. You already by default, it's not about maybe you sorted this lecturer or whatever you use, but when you are the one that shows honor to this person, you already by default you're already in this person's good book, whether knowing or unknowingly. When other people make suggestion, you now find out that this person is actually aligning with your own suggestion because you're already in the person's good book. It's not what you can get with money. How much do you even have? So honor is a skill that I can say honor is my number one, number two, number three, number four, number five webinar in TIP. So honor as a skill is number one. Then another one I'll mention is time and energy management. So I was able to integrate some other webinar. Like I said, I've attended all the webinars in TIP this year. My plan in TIP is that any webinar that comes out in TIP, when any course, whether it's for lactating mother, I'll register for that course. I'm not a lactating mother, but I might have a lactating mother tomorrow as a wife. So any course, even if the course is for children, preteens, provided it's from TIP, I will register for that course. So throughout this year, I've registered for all the courses, whether paid and unpaid, you see me there. So that's honor assist. Then time and energy management. Okay, there are different strategies I learned. I mentioned most of them about initially, and that made me to be able to manage my energy and my time, and combining TIP and my, because most time I'm listening to the webinar, I'm on a construction site. Most I'll just tell my workers, I beg, just give me like 1 hour. Then let me just, I have a class I have to attend to. Just excuse me for 1 hour, leave the site, go maybe to a quieter space to just attend to the webinar. So time and energy. Then the last one, sex educate like a pro. See, this sex topic. This sex topic is a very serious thing. Oh. Now, first of all, growing up, I cut my story short because of time. I was first introduced to pornography in my auntie's house. Now, I guess my auntie was not even aware. Now, how did it happen that, like I said, earlier I said that we always had maybe one uncle, one auntie, one family friend or whoever staying with us. So one of them, I will respectfully just withhold the person's name. One of them kept sending me to go and buy pornographic content as a child, and then I think I was less than 10 or so. So, and they used to call it blue film then. So she would send me to go and buy it. So now imagine as a child, you come to where you have streets of shops, where they have shops. I am telling them you want to buy blue film. You don't even know what it is. Now you not notice they'll start laughing, but you don't know why they are laughing. But they'll not make you to repeat that thing multiple times just to make jest of you. But as a child, you don't know what they are saying. But what I had in mind, I was thinking maybe if a movie at the top was blue. That was what I was thinking. So she kept sending me to go and buy it. So when I go there, buy it, they finally give me. They will not, but they will always tell me, make sure you're not watching it too. That's what one thing they keep telling me, make sure you're not watching it too. But now I now notice that that family friend or that family member in quotes, she doesn't she I never saw her watching that film. And I say, so when does she watch this thing? This thing that she used to send me to go and buy. When does she watch it? So one day I now found out where she used to hide it under the bed. And I said, okay, one day when everybody leave the house, I'll go and carry that film. Now let me see what's inside that film um that film that everybody is advising me not to watch. That was why on one fateful day, carried it in, put inside cassette player, and that was it. That was my first exposure to that. And I said, okay, this what all those brothers and sisters used to tell me I should not watch. Then, but funny enough, my mom didn't know what was going on. So it messed up it messed me up at that early stage. But I couldn't tell the person that I took it to watch because the person hid it. So I couldn't even open up to anybody. But I kept consuming those content. Like when I noticed nobody's around, I'll just go and carry it and watch. I think the day that the thing casted was the day NEPA now took light. The cassette was inside the cassette player. That was the day village people came for me. Then then I so when NEPA brought light, I denied. Lying was very easy for me as a child now. So I just denied that you cannot she could not tell me that I was the one that was watching it. Because she didn't catch me watching it, but she knew I was the one because she was always the one that she sent to watch it to go and buy it. So that actually messed up a part of my childhood. Then that's why I said that sex education. If I had maybe had that sex education early enough, maybe from a parent or maybe a guardian, I would maybe I would know what I was watching. I know I'm not supposed to watch it. So that was it. So so the first one is honor as a skill, time and energy management, then sex educate like a pro. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And you've heard Mr. Efobi. He has shared his experience from childhood of how he got into seeing a lot of things he was not supposed to see. The childhood era, when you're raising your children and then this course, the sex educate your child, like we do it like a full cathedral session in the academy. No parents misses it, and even if you miss the sessions, is the books. We have the books, sex educate your child like a pro. We have volume 1, we have volume 2, we have volume 3, we have volume 4, and then volume 5 is going to be out by 1st November when we are printing the 6-in-1. It's part of the 6-in-1 books. These books are a must-have for every parent because even after joining the session, even after joining the course on sex educate your child like a pro, you still need these books. You still need these books. You still need to go through this book meticulously to actually find out on how to go through these conversations with your children. It's a very important conversation. It's a very important thing. And the connect to correct raising your raising the girl with sense. These are books that every mother, every parent, every man, every single, every auntie must get. And the inner circle webinars, they meet you at where you are. It might not be everything that was said in the webinar. It might just be one thing for you, and when you pick it, honor as a skill is something is a webinar that I know that you can't go through that webinar and come back the same way. You was like Mr. Efobi said, he was able to dissect how honor as a skill have helped him in every angle of his life. Honor as a skill will just throw you around and just leave you with what you need. Honor as a skill is a webinar that nobody in the inner circle misses. And even if you miss it, you catch replay. You catch replay again and you still catch replay. Thank you so much. That's been so profound. And if you're just joining us, you're listening to Mr. Ephobi all the way from Benin City, sharing his profound story. Yes, he's single, and he's been able to show in tangible terms that this thing works for us. It works for everybody. It's applicable everywhere. It is something you yourself can just come in and you just start grabbing. You just start grabbing the wisdom and the knowledge you need for your personal life, even before you start having your children. And now, sir, please, I would want to know, there is someone watching us, there is someone listening, and then they are saying, I don't know if I'm able to join the inner circle, and then they have not even joined the inner circle yet. They are still saying, I don't know if I'm able to join the inner circle yet, because of course I don't have a child. I'm not a parent yet. Or they are saying, oh, it's not even the perfect time. Or they are still trying to figure out what it is that they want, or how it is that they want to go about it, or how it is that they want to decide, or they are still trying to contemplate. Sir, please, I would want you to speak to this set of people who are listening and who are still contemplating and who has not joined the inner circle program. Over to you, sir.
Can you hear me now? Okay. If you're still on the fence about joining inner circle, you're already late. You see, the truth of the matter is that personally I envy people that have been in the inner circle for like maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and I wish I even joined inner circle maybe like even 4 years ago. There are so many decisions I made within those period of my life that I would have made better decisions. You get, and I would have maybe achieved. I would have achieved more. Not even maybe. I'm so sure about that. So if you're still on the fence about joining inner circle, you know, I there's one saying I keep saying is that it's very difficult convincing intelligent people to make intelligent decisions because they will always question it. Like I said, when my friend was trying to convince me about joining inner circle. Now, first of all, the first time I saw inner circle was just I think a random Tuesday live on YouTube. I think that was 2022 or 2023. So I just saw it on YouTube. And me, usually, I'm a person that's usually drawn to knowledge. So most time I just enter YouTube, search for live events, and just join. If it's educative, I'll learn one or two things. So that's how I think that's how I joined. I saw TIP for the first time. Then after that Tuesday live, I said, so this woman is saying, it makes sense. So, but they said it's intentional parenting. I said, me, I never even find wife to marry. Self talk less of marriage. So maybe, but since it was making sense, I just said, okay, maybe I'll try and be catching the Tuesday live. Then a friend of mine posted, I think the next Tuesday, randomly, I saw a friend of mine posting it on YouTube, on our WhatsApp status. I said, for this person to post this thing, it makes this person, is that this person part of this thing? And I know this person. This person is intelligent, so she cannot be making this kind wrong decision. If this thing doesn't make sense, I watch the Tuesday live again, but I didn't join. Then till I met this my friend in Benin that was after my life. Anytime I meet her, the first thing, the good morning is, have you registered? I say, register for what? Say TIP. I say, calm down now. Let me pay school fees. Say, no. See, is this TIP is more important than your school fees? Say, which kind? Why they want me? I'll be waiting. Then I started watching the what convinced me. Let me put it that way was the my intentional parenting journey. Like as an architect, for example, if you want to do designs, you do case studies. You don't just do design from what you know in your head. You don't just do it. So you have to do case studies, and those case studies, you have to like visit. Maybe for example, I want to design a general hospital. Then I have to visit different general hospitals in different states, different countries to do case studies to know what what they implemented and why they implemented it. Not just what I know in my head. Not just okay, I want to put the delivery ward here. I want to put the maternity bay here. No, you have to do case studies. So the my intentional parenting journey, they're like case studies of different people. And I say, all these different people cannot just be wrong. It means if these different people can actually be in this system and they are sharing this testimony, then it means there's something they are seeing that people outside are not seeing. That's why, okay, with the influence of my friend that was after my life, and I joined. And I joined. Now, on joining, like I said before, my plan was just to join and prove her wrong that maybe this thing not for me. I said I'll attend all the courses. Now, as God may have it, I'll not say devil, but as God may have it, I plan to attend all the courses. But at that early stage of joining in January, I lost my contracts. I lost like this the estate I had multiple projects. We had some community issues and they have to stop work for like 4 to 5 months. So it was now a retest of because if I was working, I would see money to dey pay for courses. But now work was not coming now. How are you going to pay for these courses that you've already made yourself made a vow to yourself that you must attend? But the way God will have it, even if it's the deadline for that course, the money shows up. The money shows up, even if it's the deadline. Prior to joining TIP, before I joined TIP, I actually paid for somebody to join TIP. I actually paid for somebody to join TIP. Now, now after paying for someone to join TIP, then I lost my job, I lost my construction site. Now, to even pay for the courses became an issue. But I told God, I've made this vow, I must attend all these courses, I must. Then I already had, I set my reminder for the classes. So once the reminder beeps, I see the link pop up, I join the class. So that was how I was able to build consistency. So if you are still on the fence about joining TIP, you're already doing something wrong. Let me just put it that way. You're already late. You get. If you're already married, you're already late. If you already have children, like coach will say, 10,000. If you already have toddlers, maybe 1,000 lions are already pursuing you. Now have adolescents and teenagers, like 10,000 lions are already pursuing you. The best time for you to join TIP was maybe last year. The next best time is today. So if you're thinking about it, like if it's not TIP, I think personally, the government is supposed to maybe scrap NYSC and replace it with something like TIP. Because if you have more parents, imagine you have graduates, maybe millions of graduates, go through the TIP curriculum for 1 year. Like we have a better country. Let me just put it that way. So it's not it's not something TIP is not something. If you notice, after people join TIP, they don't leave. People have been in TIP for like 6 years. So it doesn't mean that for that 6 years they don't know what they're doing, or but you cannot join TIP and leave because what you are getting from TIP, in short, TIP, the 150, 1,000, even if you are paying 1 million for TIP, it's not even up to what you are getting. What TIP have done for me this year alone, if it's honor as a skill alone, forget about the other courses. If it's honor as a skill alone, what I've been able to achieve by implementing honor. So if you are still in the fence, I need to push you into the other side of the fence, which is inside TIP, because you shouldn't be on the fence. You should register now, just as in like now. Yes, it will be very difficult to you may like coach to say, if you cannot explain transformation. So if people ask me like what have you been able to, I cannot actually explain this my transformation. But if you know me before and you know me now, you know that there's I'm on the better side. Let me put it that way. So that's it. And sorry, the last one is a colleague of mine, because I've been posting MIPJ. Today is day 54. So I've been posting it since day one. So one of my friends now asked me, wait, oh, This because the person knows Coach Wendy. This thing you're posting every day is are you sure Coach Wendy is not your sister? I say if Coach Wendy is my sister, you might not even know me because the level I'll be operating, it will be it will be it will be something else. So, but you cannot see the truth and hide the truth. But you can also force people to take the truth. But you should, if you're a yada, you should also you should you should let people you should be okay, people should know the truth. Let me put it like because TIP is the truth. People should know the truth, but you cannot force them to take the truth. But like I said, there's something I said when we are having a fathers conference when I was moderating. Like people join TIP for two reasons. Is that you join to secure or you join to cure. So if you join to secure, it means you joined early and you've not started having those challenges and you're able to put things in order to secure whatever challenge you have. But or you join to cure, you're already having the challenges. You now join it, maybe you book session with coach. It's when you start booking session with coach, that's when you know that the fee for TIP was free of charge. Coach, like coach said, this year coach charges 1 hour, 200K for 1 hour. 200K is more than singles booking, and it's just for 1 hour. But if you're in TIP, you have access to coach. Like in TIP is the only place you can chat coach, and coach will respond. So most times when I chat coach and she responds, I'll look at the message twice. Is this actually coach that is responding or is AI generating response? But I know it's coach because to have access to coach, if it's not if you leave me to continue talking, I think 1 hour, 2 hours life is not even enough. Just let's move to the next thing. If you don't want to join, don't join again. But you last you come to TIP to look for cure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you don't want to join, you are on your own. We are not begging you. We are not begging anybody because we are getting there. There's going to be a time where people will be begging to get into the inner circle. All this conversation we are having now, come into the space, come into the space. When life hits you, when the storm hits you, you are going to pay for booking a session with Coach Wendy, and you're going to come back. You're going to come back, and the length of the time is going to take you. It is not even a short. Prevent it now that you can, because there's never a moment when everything aligns perfectly. There's never a moment. This is the right time. And if you're not yet in the yard, you're already late, according to Mr. Efobi. That's true. You're already late. A lot of things are already chasing you. You on your own, or before you start raising your children, before you start putting in place, bring family, this, you're on your own alone. A lot of things are already chasing you. 20 lion, 10,000 lion. 1 million lion are chasing you, and you're there, you're still giving excuses. Mr. Efobi, we are getting there. Anyway, there won't be any more NYC. There's going to be a time where it's only inner circle or nothing, because every individual needs this inner circle. It's not only for parents. When people ask, is it only for parents? It's just because there's actually no way we can explain everything for you. This inner circle is just for you. Just come in. When you try to pick it from this angle, there's another angle. When you try to pick it from that angle, it's so much. There is so much you can get from the inner circle. And then you have access to Coach Wendy Ologi. That's already a plus. That's already a flex for you. Alone, you have a community. You have yadas who have actually gone through that journey. You see people transformation. You see people's story. You get voice notes. You get this. You get that. You get webinars. Come on now. There is just so much that inner circle will offer you that you can never ever get anywhere. And if you miss getting into the inner circle, your life, there's this part of your life that you can never. Mr. Efobi, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Sir, please, I would want to know, what will be your final word to every parent who is listening to you and every single who is watching today and who is still deciding and yet to decide? And what is that one thing that you can describe the inner circle program as? Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. First of all, let me start with the singles. Now, my advice to all singles that if even if you fixed December as for your wedding, I would advise you to hold on with that wedding. Both of you to join inner circle first of all, because after join, if you join after, because if both of you join inner circle, for example, now you might even find out maybe this person might not be the right person for me, because there are so many people that if you are maybe you want to marry somebody, for example, and you tell the person about inner circle, whether male or female, you maybe you are the male, you are telling the female, or the female, you are telling the male about inner circle, and the person don't maybe the person doesn't like the system, or doesn't like the structure, or maybe the person not really interested. Now I'll tell you, it's already a sign. Oh, it's a red flag. Oh, I cannot tell you about inner circle and tell me inner circle, you don't like it, it doesn't make. No, it's a red flag. Oh, I don't want to go. I'm not come to this world to suffer. I've suffered enough. My child is enough suffer for me. You get. So if as a single you want to get married, first of all, just get into the inner circle, even if it's for 6 months before you make that move. Then if you're already married, you're already late, like I said, just get into the inner circle. Get into the inner circle. You thank me later. I'm not even saying much. Just get into the inner circle, because I don't want to say okay, maybe I don't want to say the induction webinar. No, just be consistent. You cannot even be consistent for 3 months, because implementation, consistency, TIP is the height of consistency. Now, I was able to, okay, this one is a bragging right, rather. When I joined TIP, I was hearing about this squat challenge, and that's okay. If I say it's like I'll start this squat challenge, let me even challenge myself to do this daily squat that everybody is doing. That coach and everybody and Dr. Happiness and the rest, we know you don't want us to hear what about this squat challenge. That's okay. I started doing. I started on the 19th of February this year. Now I started with doing 50 squats. Then every day I increased it by 10. So today 50, tomorrow 60, next tomorrow 70. Now if you follow that consistency, after 96 days, you will have done the 96th day, you doing 1,000 squats that day, the 96th day. Now, if you follow that consistency, cumulatively, you'll be able to do 50,036 squats in 96 days. I did it because I said, let me try this consistency, because coach is always consistent. Now, most people ask me, why? How do you show up for every webinar, every Tuesday live? You are there every webinar. I'm always consistent because coach is always consistent. If coach will show up, then why won't I show up? So the only thing I could do was to just set alarm that reminds me, because you might forget. So once my alarm rings for 8, I know it's my intentional parent journey. Once it rings for 2 on Tuesday, I know it's Tuesday live. Because once as the alarm is ringing, the notification is popping up, I'm joining. So if I paid for a separate course, I already set the alarm for that course. Once that alarm rings, I join, because I know coach will show up. So if coach will show up, why won't I show up? If the teacher is ready, why won't the student show up? You get. So I was able to build consistency in TIP. Like I said, most time now it is now I now understood what people meant by saying there are some things coach will say, it will hit you personally. To look as if coach is even in your house. As in, you're actually thinking about that thing before that class, and coach mentions that thing. It was in TIP I actually saw that thing play out. Because no, when I was hearing people saying in my intentional parenting journey of last year, I was thinking maybe it was just made up. But there are some things coach will say, it will hit you personally. So now if you're not in the arc, if you're not in TIP, you're already late. Like Coach Ebuka will say, flood na Abia. In short, flood Abiago. As in, we're in, we're inside flood already. So just enter the arc. Just enter the arc. And in 2 months, you're already seeing results. It's not, yeah, Nobody is whining you. In 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 1 year, 2 years. No, no, no. It's so much, so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. He said, nobody is whining you. Come into the yard and you start seeing evidence already. You start seeing transformation on yourself already. Mr. Efobi Christian, thank you so much. You've proven to us that preparation is the key. Is the key. Not just for your future children, no, but for your destiny. This thing is one thing people miss out on. Preparation is that thing that gets you ready, not just for your children alone, but for your own self, for your destiny. You've shown that intentionality is not a seasonal thing. It is you. It is who we become when purpose meets with consistency. You've been able to hear how he has actually created a structure he learned and he implemented it on how to be consistent. He has actually shown up here on my EPJ consistently. Mr. Efobi, I'm always seeing you on each of the sessions. You always commenting on this thing because it is a decision. It is a mindset. It is a decision that you make for yourself. Whether you are building home or you're building your dream, it is something that is very important, and we must recognize it. It begins with the courage to grow. When you put out that courage to grow, when you decide, it is that thing that everyone needs, that courage to decide to grow. Come into the yard and see your life transformed radically. Like it just changes. Just from one first session you attend in the yard, you see your life, everything just changes. Everything just transforms. You can never be the same person you are after joining the inner circle induction. I promise you that. When you come into the yard, there's this breeze that is going to hit on you and you say, oh, is this where I have been? Is this your eyes is clearly going to open and you start saying, oh, this is actually where I have been. Oh no. You start feeling pity for yourself because you've been wallowing in ignorance with no knowledge on how to go about life, how to go about your purpose, how to go about your destiny. Is anything lost? No, it's not lost. It's with you. All you need is just wisdom and knowledge to align everything that you need. Mr. Efobi, thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. Your journey from joining the inner circle as a single man is to me it's now about it's about building intentionality. As an architect, you're not only building your dreams, you're also building your destiny. That's truly inspiring for me alone. You've reminded us that growth doesn't just wait for perfect season. It doesn't wait for you when you decide to, okay, let me go and marry, or let me go and start having children. There's no season aligned to it. It begins when you decide to show up and do the work. You must do the work. You cannot just show up and say, I'm going to just watch and see if the thing will hit me. If you don't do if you don't do the work now, like coach will always say, you will do it later. If you stay in the yard and you don't you with everything you've heard and everything that is happening around, you choose to just be quiet there and just sit and just wait, you are going to come out, you are leading, you are heading to nowhere. When you come in and you choose to grow and you choose to do the work, you will see your life transform. When you do the work with that faith and you do it with vision, you see your life transform because inner circle will gives you everything necessary that you need to move further. Everything necessary that you move from where you are to where you're going to. We celebrate you today, Mr. Efobi, for bringing that voice, for being that voice that reminds us that intentional parenting starts with an intentional you. It starts with you deciding. It doesn't have to be you being a parent first. It starts with you first. You deciding the intentionality you've decided to bring to yourself first. It's what you're going to extend to your children. It's what you're going to extend to your business. What you're going to extend to every aspect of your life, your dream, your career, everything. It is that intentional you. Thank you so much. That have been so amazing. And we really honor you. We really appreciate you for being vulnerable, for sharing with us, for being that voice. We appreciate you, sir. We want to allow you go have the rest of your day. Enjoy your day, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Parents in the building, please, let me remind you that the Inner Circle program has just in 48 hours, the price is going to increase to 150,000 for single and 250,000 for couple. If you are here and you've been hearing me, yes, let's even assume you've joined. And I'm not speaking to you, but I'm speaking to you. You in the inner circle you've joined, your circle are not here, your family members are not here, your friends are not here, your church group members are not here, your people in fellowship are not here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Have you scared free? No, you haven't. It is that circle. It is a village that bring your entire village, bring your entire circle, because you cannot do it alone. That environment of yours, the whole environment of yours, bring them into the inner circle. It's not something that you can do alone. It's because you can't be creating and then be going back to who are you going to fight? You need to do it with your family member, with your sister, with your uncle, with your auntie. Every member of your family that connects with your children, that connects to your environment, even the school where your children are learning from. You want to invite the teachers. You want to make sure they are rooted in the place where you're seeking your wisdom and your knowledge from. They are drinking from the same well with you, because that's where the connection happens. And you are here. You have not taken advantage of this discount now. Take advantage of it. I don't know why I don't know people. I don't know why we are always like this. You don't take advantage when you're supposed to. It is when it's late, you will start running kitty katakara. Now at your own, you are not inviting anybody. Mr. Efobi said, even as a single man, when he came into the inner circle, he paid for someone. He made sure he paid. It is in the faith. He does not even have it all, but he was able to recognize that this is not what I can seek from alone. He made sure he brought another person. And he has been able to be consistent with all the courses. When we say register for course, you are there. Register for this one, you are there. This is the time. Bring your family member, bring your entire village, bring your circle, bring everyone. This discount, take advantage of it. In the next 48 hours, it's not going to be you will not inner circle program. The same. Mr. Efobi already mentioned that the money you pay to do one-on-one session is more than single registration. And what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And you have a discount, you have an opportunity, and you're not taking it. I don't know where you're headed to. I don't know, you're on your own. Please, plus the 6-in-1 parenting bundle. If you have not gotten your 6-in-1 parenting bundle, I don't know why you will be here and you will not want to purchase yourself a book. You want to create a library. It's something you have to be conscious about. Create a library for yourself. Get these books, put them there. As you go through the inner circle journey, as you go through the courses, you would need this. You will get these books and then you will read them. There is going to be a difference reading these books and reading them at when we are reviewing a book. There is going to be different insight, different perspective. And when you hear it, you want to go back to the book and you say, what did they talk about? I read it though. I did not even see it like that. That's it. When you don't have this book, you're losing out. Get the books now and save yourself. Save over 70,000 naira bonuses. Save yourself that. Save yourself the cost increase. The original fee is 60,000 naira, and the books are going to be printed soon. You miss the flash sale. This is the next opportunity. Take advantage of this pre-order sales and be blessed. Go ahead, invest in your growth. Build your home. Build your home for your children. Build your home for your future. Build your home for your legacy. Get these books and fix them there and start reading. And please, I'll be mentioning that the UK summit is today. Please, my people, it is tomorrow. The UK summit is tomorrow. You still have the opportunity to invite your family members. You still have the opportunity to invite everyone in your circle and get ready for the UK summit. Of course, Coach Wendy is live in Birmingham already. Go there and see Coach Wendy live for yourself, because we are not coming to. We have the full squad, the TIP squad at the in Birmingham for the UK summit. Please do not hold this information. Spread the information, spread the link. Make sure you get your people, register and come in for this community. Come into this community, get into this room where you will go out. When you live with something. You must pick out. There is definitely something for you to pick out. You can't go to the Intentional Parents Academy Summit and your life remain the same. There must be something for you to pick. While you do that, keep leading, keep being intentional, keep choosing intentionality, keep believing, keep living in purpose, keep becoming for your children, for your future, and remain blessed. See you. God bless you for joining me today. Bye.
Common phrases in the inner circle. Let's go.
You're coming for an inner circle webinar and you're not with your yellow blanket with red trimmings. Is that even a joke?
Oh, I'm running and I'm not looking back because 10,000 lions are chasing me. I have watched all the webinars, but today, Coach came with a bazooka.
Even with my humility agbada, I still collected.
If you're not in the ark, you better enter now because flood na bia o.
In the inner circle, we dey walk and they show.
CIP Police is coming for you. There's no nearness here.
You definitely cannot relate because you are not in the yard.
You are not in the yard.
Why not?